everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my Panda palette update for the month of February. So I'm going to insert a clip of where I was at in the last update. And now I'm going to show you where I am at for this month on my Panda palette. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on the eyeshadows that I used during the month. For this month, I had 4 eyeshadows that I was working on from my Panda palette, and there were 4 that I was leaving out in another palette because I was not touching them for the month. So I'm going to show you my progress on the 4 eyeshadows that I was using this month. I had as a target to use up one of the eyeshadows and to use up as much as I could of one of the other ones. So the one that I wanted to use up was a Virgin from the Urban Decay Naked palette, and this is what my Virgin looks like right now. As you can tell, it is completely empty. So I'm pretty excited about that because this wasn't an eyeshadow that I really enjoyed. It was one of my least favorites from this palette, and now it is out of the way, completely empty. So I am going to be substituting this one for 2 other shades for the upcoming month. I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about that further in this video. Then I had one eyeshadow that I wanted to do as much damage on as possible, and it was my black eyeshadow from Lise Watier, and this is what it looks like right now. So as you can tell, there's a little bit of shadow at the top right there and at the bottom a little bit right here, but I want to say that more than half of the eyeshadow is actually used up. I think that I'm 2/3 of the way done with this one, so I think that I'm going to be able to use up that one up completely in the next month. I'm using it on top of the liner that is in my project pan in order to set it. Like that liner that I'm wearing right there is one that really tends to transfer to my bottom lashes a lot, so I feel that using it with a little bit of that black powder just helps it stay in place. It's not my favorite like look ever. I mean, I don't like the liner too much, and I don't like the powder too much, but the combo of both of them is doing a decent job at doing a liner for me. So that's the way that I've been using that one. Then in the other 2, there is a bit of progress. The most exciting progress is on the brown eyeshadow. I actually managed to hit a little bit of pan in that eyeshadow. So I'm using that one as a crease color and an outer V color, and I've switched it to a little bit of a denser brush in the last update in order to pick up a little bit more product and deposit a little bit more product as well, and that ended up resulting in a little tiny hint of pan. So I'm super excited about a bit of pan. Usually when there's a bit of pan showing, the eyeshadows go by a lot faster, so I'm really excited about that. Then the other one, you can tell that there is a bit of progress. I don't know if you were going to be able to tell on camera, but there is like a big dip going in the center part right there. So there's that big dip right there. There's no pan showing at all right now, but I am kind of thinking that maybe in the next update there will be a little bit of pan showing in this eyeshadow. So I'm really excited with the progress on that one as well. Even though there's no pan, there's a bit of progress, and that is still very, very good. So then the other 4 eyeshadows, as I mentioned, I didn't touch at all because I finished Virgin up yesterday. So I've touched on the other 2 ones for the look that I'm wearing today. So there's not any progress to show on these other 2. And then there's another 2 besides the substitutes that I haven't worn at all during the month. The 2 that I haven't worn at all are these 2 right here, which are Liar and Factory for the Naked 3 palette. I'm going to be working on those one a little bit further down the road, but for right now I'm not focusing on them at all. So for the next update, the 2 that I'm putting into rotation are these 2 right here. This one is going to be my all over the lid base shade, as well as my highlighter on the top of my cheekbones. This is Urban Decay Dope from the Vice 2 palette. And then the eyeshadow that I'm going to be wearing as a brow bone highlight will be a matte one, and it will be Urban Decay Strange from the Naked 3. So it's going to be a similar to the look that I was wearing before, but not exactly the same look. And then the other eyeshadows I'm still going to be working on. So this, as I mentioned, is going to be all over the lid as a base, and my brow bone highlight. Then this, I'm going to try to pan this, to hit pan on that one in the next update. I would be stoked with that. Then this one, I'm going to try and enlarge the pan on it a little bit. And then this one, I want to clear up completely in the next update. So these are my goals. And then the other two, I might pick them and use them once or twice during the month, but they are not on rotation as of next month. So these are the 5 eyeshadows that are going to be on rotation. So overall, I'm really happy with my progress for this month. The dip in this one is really big. I know that the camera doesn't do it justice, but there's a large amount of it. There was one that was finished, there was one that has a major bit of pan, and one that I hit pan on. So I'm super excited with my progress, and I hope to be as successful on my targets for next month. So this is it for my update on my Panda palette.